Hello YouTube and the Temple of the Adversarial Forge. This is Palm. This particular video is going to be on Sigil Magick. What it is, how it operates, and my particular method of integrating it into my own magical practice. Which is a little bit different. I mean, this method was given to me through one particular spirit, which I'm really not licensed to mention, so I'm not going to, but it has been rather effective. You'll see common denominators in this method in regard to other practices within ceremonial magic in general. Okay, what is Sigil Magick? Well, at face value, it is creating a glyph or symbol which corresponds to a particular goal. And you're giving it form and function. Okay? And it works. I mean, the very act of creating a sigil, you are basically embodying your desire, giving it form, and creating it within the world. I mean, for instance, this is the one I'm going to use for this example, this video. This glyph is the manifestation of a desire. Okay? The manifestation of a goal. I created it. I gave it substance. Alright? It's a seed that takes root within the world. Now, if you notice, most of the traditional grimoires, they contain sigils of entities. Alright? And these entities are also representative of particular forces of nature that have been given form and function. Okay? So, in all actuality, what Sigil Magick really is, it is basically an intro to the creation of a golem, an egregore, or a thought form. Okay, it's just creating a thought form. It's a little more refined. It takes a little bit more effort and energy, not just in the creation of the embodiment of a spirit, but also in the maintenance of these spirits, you know. Because once you create something like that, it's pretty much your responsibility to give it consistent offerings. And either that or destroy it, because it will wreak havoc. You know, a sigil is a little different. So with that being said, how does it operate? I mean, how does this really work? What does drawing something on paper, how does that even imply that you're going to reach any type of magical goal? I mean, you see kids doing it all the time, doodling. But there's a big difference, okay? And the difference is Sigil Magick is a process. It's not really the sigil itself that holds the power. It's the process of doing it. Because what you're really doing is you are, as an analogy, okay, you are digging a tunnel from the conscious down to the subconscious mind, so that desire that is planted within the subconscious mind also has a tunnel to come forth to the conscious mind and into physical reality. Now, what do I mean by this? The first step in creating a sigil that is symbolic of a goal is a statement of intent. And it is very important that the statement of intent be stated in present tense. Okay. Because if it isn't, and you say, I want a new car, well, you're always going to be wanting a new car. So a more appropriate statement of intent would be, I have a car. Simple, direct. Okay. Now at this point, the statement of intent begins working on the conscious level of the mind. Now, as you begin to take out the vowels and the double consonants through the process of doing this, that's when that tunnel's getting dug down into the subconscious levels. Okay. You take out the vowels, you take out the double consonants, and then I always suggest keeping them as capital letters, whatever you have left. And then you just play with them on paper until you come up with some kind of arcane looking glyph. Something that somebody will look at and just say, oh, that's neat. What is it? You know. Now when this glyph is done, you can integrate other symbols. Like this one in particular, this represents a particular goal of mine, and you can see that the inverted pentagram is within it. You know what I mean? And that's very symbolic in regard to the goal as well. I won't really go into that because that's irrelevant. It's nobody's business. But so at this point, your desire, the seed of it has been planted within the subconscious mind. That's basically the modus operandi of the whole process. Okay, there's a reason for this. And like I said, this was gained through gnosis. It was not read in any particular grimoire. There's a lot of people that I work with and teach, and they don't believe in sigil magic. They don't see the point in it until I tell them the reason behind the process of doing it. You got to look at this as a trigger. Okay, this is not the power itself. The process is the power. The sorcerer is the power in all of this. So for those of you that don't know how to create a sigil, that's how you do it. You create a statement of intent in the present tense. It's most important. It has to be present tense, like it already exists. Then you give it, you start to create the sigil by first removing all the vowels. Then the double consonants. Whatever letters you have left, capitalize them, play with them. Make this arcane looking sigil, add glyphs that represent the goal as well until you are happy with it. That's how you make a sigil. Now, here's my particular method of integrating this practice. Here's how I do it. Okay, now, once this glyph is created, the seed of the desire is planted within the subconscious mind. What I do is, now you're going to need some experience with energy work in regard to this. So practice projecting and receiving energy. And what I do is with my hands, I create a triangle of manifestation. Okay, now, what I want to do is create a pool of energy within this triangle. And I'm going to look at this glyph, and instead of seeing the glyph, I want to see my desire within this circle. Okay, just as you were watching a television at first. Then I want you to enter this glyph and actually get into the experience of the desire. Okay, I want you to smell the air. I want you to feel the ground beneath your feet. If it's a car, I want you to feel the steering wheel and its texture. Smell the leather. Really experience this and envision it within the circle first, but then actually experience it from your perspective as if it already is. And I want you to spend a lot of time doing this. Basically, I want you to do this until you're completely exhausted, because this is what is charging the sigil. You are basically imprinting your desire into your own personal energy by creating this pool of energy. The triangle of manifestation with the hands. Okay, this is what is going to, it's symbolic of manifestation, just like you would evoke. Okay, there's a common denominator there. You look at the design of it, most sigils are done like this, they're round, just like a circle within the triangle of manifestation. This is about manifestation, just like evocation. Again, spirit, sigil magic, or thought form, sigil magic, it's the same thing, only different. One's more advanced than the other. Now, after you're completely spent in regard to this, and you absolutely cannot hold any more focus in regard to this, that's when you're going to activate it. And just like you would activate a sigil with an evocation. Now, I've always used candle flames. This is how I learned to activate sigils. I'm going to give you an example of this as well. I posted about this a long time ago, but now I'm going to turn the light off. We'll see if I can get a better effect here. At this point in the dark, I'm going to look at this sigil, and because the flame is behind it, it's going to flash on its own. Okay, and it's going to help add depth to the sigil to where it's not so two-dimensional. Okay, it creates this illusion of like some sort of tunnel. Alright, I don't even know how to explain it. But it's just this little trick. It kind of tricks your mind into automatically being able to see the lines rise off of the paper. Now, just like scrying vision and the exercise on scrying, you're going to want to pull your vision back a little bit until either lines start disappearing or the sigil disappears altogether. Now, when it does, you're going to put yourself in that circumstance one more time, as if the goal has already been achieved. And at that point, you burn it, you hide it, you keep it on your person, however you want to do it, okay? This helps. It's going to help you in evocation as well. It really will. It'll help you in evocation. There's no doubt about that. Even as a beginner, the candle flame helps you to activate the sigil, and once that's done, there's basic contact made. Once those lines start flashing, that spirit is there. Okay, basic contact would be made, even if you're not getting a physical manifestation. At that point in time, get out your notebook, start recording your thoughts, because you're getting information from somewhere, something else. Well, I hope somebody found some use of this, and this is just my particular take on sigil magic, what it is, how it operates, and how I do it. I mean, there's really no difference in how I do it and the way other people do it. It's just, subtle twists, small differences, same thing, only different, I guess. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this and shoot one more video for somebody that I told that I would. Until next time, devour, destroy, become, or be crushed.